Oh yeah. We got the hair back, we got the guns out, and we're ready to film more for the YouTube channel, man. I mean, what more can you ask for, right? We're ready to go party. And now you can actually see what my headphones look like too when I'm messing with stuff in my ears. It's basically an in-ear system, and I'm only doing that so that when my hair is down, it is allowed to flow and I don't have to put giant canned headphones over the top.
Fabio, feature product Old Spice. Exciting victory.
It's just purely for vain and selfish reasons that I do that, and nothing more. That intro needs more energy. Ah! That's bad. Okay, now we're ready to go. We got the beanie of justice out. We're ready to party. The energy is electric. It's hot as shit in this room, and so if I don't keep the energy up, I'm going to fall asleep. So, here we go. We've got here Beast in Black, Blind and Frozen. Beast in Black. That's the one with the guy, or the bald guy who's really good. Isn't his name like Yannis Papadopoulos or something like that? Something that an American in an American accent would never be able to properly say. All I know is that he's very good. I'm pretty sure the rest of the band is also very good. That's me and my farmer's tan. See what's going on. Official video. Okay, hope it doesn't get struck down for copyright. Not what I was expecting. Okay, maybe what I was expecting. Definitely what I was expecting. Oh my God. Amazing. The differences in his timbre. Ooh, it ended major. And then down. That's so sick. Oh, that's so good. It almost sounds like he's a different person when he switches. This is so much fun. That's a nice key change right there. Are we going back to the original? Yeah.
I was wrong, I can tell, for the heart can be blind and frozen. Now I live with the pain every night, every day, as I read those letters you wrote me. Gotta miss you, girl. I was wrong, I can tell,
Awesome.
for the heart can be blind and frozen. Now I live with the pain every night, every day, as I read those letters you wrote me. How I long for the time when your lips would kiss mine and the promise was still unbroken. I will wait for tomorrow that may never come. I will wait in the name of love.
Nice. Sorry, I don't know what the story was. I was not at all focused on that. So the video looked cool. Wow, okay. I have lots of things to say. So the first thing, obviously, is singer, kind of as I talked about before, and as a singer myself, that's kind of who I tend to gravitate towards first. Holy crap, okay. Sorry, I clipped the mic there. So, what I had mentioned before, how he sounds like he's two different friggin' singers, is 100% true. His timbre changes so drastically between the verses and the choruses. It is insane. So his placement is very Floor Jansen-y in the verses. It's like placed right up in the head space up here. Supported very, very powerfully from below. Everything is very light and very flowy and very full. Very, very nice tone. It doesn't sound like a ha. It has a nice like ah kind of sound to it. So it's got some color. It's got some body to it. Man, like holding that placement and kind of going around kind of where he was, at least for me personally, that's where both of my breaks are. And so I would just have a terrible time doing that. Just by hearing this man and how good he is at that stuff, it's probably just nutting for him, which is really, 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 really cool. So I enjoyed that quite a bit. And then obviously he had his grit and his growl in the choruses and the bridge and stuff like that, which is awesome. I'll let you in on a little bit of a secret though. Okay, y'all, you can't tell anybody. Going up, singing up high like that is not that hard. Now relax, now hold on, let me explain, okay? It obviously takes a lot of skill to do. I would know, I've gone through the rigorous, horrible process of learning how to get up that high. Before you crucify me, let me say words, then you will understand. So, obviously, yes, of course, singing up that high takes skill, takes practice, dedication, all the stuff, right? But there gets to be a point where singing up high is not as hard as it sounds. So I'm using me again because I'm the only example that I have to show practical examples. So I'm not just continually trying to talk about my skill, okay? Just so we're clear. But check this out. For me, now that I have developed the technique to go up high without warming up, without standing up, without doing anything to prepare, I could just sit back here. I'm gonna lean away from the mic so I don't clip it. I can just sit back here and just go, yo! And that really wasn't that hard. I could do that all day. The point of it being, when you sing up high, this is where things start to diverge, okay? So there's what's perceived is the effort that you put in and kind of the pitch of the note as they they kind of both go up together, right? As the notes get higher, it sounds like it's harder and makes it sound cooler, right? But there gets to be a spot after you go through all your flips and you're in your head voice now, where going higher is really not that much harder, but it does take more energy and more power to keep that note supported, which then makes it sound like it's harder. After I go up above my flip, which is a note right above, way above my flip, and it's easy to hold that. As I go up higher, I have to push more air. It's not any more difficult to do, but it sounds like it is. Check this out. I'm backing up so I don't clip the microphone. So that sounded, as it went up higher, that it was harder to do, but it wasn't. It was actually kind of easier as it gets away from the flip, but it sounded like it was harder. So the point I'm getting at is, after a certain point, going up high is just kind of, it's all the same. Like there's like a range of notes where it's kind of all the same to do. And then of course, if you keep going up higher and higher, then it gets harder again. But like right in kind of the middle of that head voice range, which is where Mr. Yannis Papadopoulos was sitting, at least for me personally, kind of in that comfortable belty spot. I hope that random ass rant made any kind of sense. But the point that I was getting at was going up real high like that. And like when you start down here, it's easy. As you get to your flip, it gets hard, gets harder, gets harder, gets harder. Then you get through the flip and then it gets easier and easier. And then as you approach the top of your head voice range, then it gets harder again. Hey, editing Twan here. Wanted to add something to that vocal rant that actually made a surprising amount of sense. And after I recorded that, I was like, dude, that's gonna suck. That's gonna make no sense. All I wanted to clarify was when I talk about how it gets harder as you're getting kind of near the vocal flips and then kind of going up and over. What I mean by hard is like you actually have to put in some more effort and you have to support things more from your diaphragm, because the key to getting through your vocal flips without actually flipping, like getting through them nice and smooth, the glide all the way through, is some additional breath support from the diaphragm down below. So when I say things are getting harder, what I really mean is you have to support more and kind of concentrate a little bit harder as you're getting up into those areas. When you're kind of below or above them, the support is roughly the same kind of no matter where in that range you go. So when I mean easier, I mean like once you find that support for that specific part of where you're placing those notes, as you move around in that safe space, the support stays the same. And as you get up to the flip, then you have to support a little more, you have to try, you gotta work hard, and then once you get through the flip, then you have how you're supporting that note already. All you have to do is then hold that as you move around up here. That's all I mean by hard. It's all about the change in support and kind of the additional attention you have to pay to how you are approaching the flip and from which side, the vowels you're using, the timbre, the intensity, all that stuff. That's what I mean when it gets hard. And then like perceived hardness is, yes, as you go up higher in the head voice, it sounds like you're working harder when you're really not. That's what I mean when the effort versus perceived effort diverges. I hope that makes sense. Again, not to say what he's doing is not hard, because it is. But there's kind of a perceived difference, is like all those high notes are probably not the part in the song that's hard. The part in the song that's probably the hardest is the verse, because it's cleaner and you can't just belt and brute force your way through those flips. You have to kind of navigate them in a much, in my personal opinion, it's much harder to do that. That's what sold me, was the verses, not the choruses, even though those are also hard. Okay, all right. I hope that made sense. Editing Twan, please edit that to make that make sense. Okay, what else? We had a real nice double guitar solo. We had one guitar man doing the first guitar solo, and then we had the second guitar man doing the second half of the guitar solo. Both good. This reminded me, this is kind of funny. I'm drawing this conclusion. I don't know if it's blasphemous to do that, but I'm gonna draw this conclusion. To me, Battle Beast and Beast in Black, very, very similar styles. They've got lots of kind of leading and driving electronic synth elements. They've got a singer that has crazy good grit and can go real high and just has like amazing control of their entire range. You've got players that can shred, and you've got for the most part, some relatively simplistic rhythm that's just back there doing just the 4 on the floor, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. And obviously there were, embellishments and more things, but that was kind of the bass line. I just think it's funny that I'm drawing all these parallels and the bands are called Battle Beast and Beast in Black. For the longest time, I did get both of them confused, and I'm pretty sure near the infancy of my learning what power metal was, I thought they were the same band. And I mean, can you really blame me? Okay, the last thing that I wanted to touch on was how the key to writing really, really epic earworm types of hooks is doing it with very simple melodies. So the song was in E minor, right? So let's talk about the verse maybe. The verse was literally, it was just like the bass was just chugging down there in E. And the vocal line was, that was it. And it may be varied between, line to line. I've heard the song one time, again. Cut me a break! It was just this very simple pentatonic scale. If you do not know, pentatonic is from the minor scale. But you just play, you eliminate notes 2 and 6. Just like that. And it's the most catchiest thing that pretty much exists in modern music. It's the blues scale. If you play it right, like Mulan, that was the main theme of Mulan. It's just pentatonic scales are everywhere. And so when you can utilize that to do, then you can cheat it. You could do because it works with all kinds of chords. I played an E, a C, and an A. The point of it being, pentatonic is your best friend because it just sounds really cool no matter what you do. And so they were writing their vocal hooks in E pentatonic, and you can't fault anyone for that. Have I rambled enough? This feels like a really rambly video. My deepest apologies. I hope maybe there was something worth in there. I feel like I haven't talked about the song enough, but I don't know what else to say. The video looked really cool, but like I said, I wasn't really focused on the video because I was watching my man Yannis Papadopoulos doing his vocal things, and it was friggin' sweet. And then the guitar solos, and then, yeah, it's... yeah. Maybe I brought the energy up too far when we first started, because now I'm just jumping all over the place, and I triggered my ADD to just go off. No, that was awesome. I really enjoyed it. If you couldn't tell, I really did like the guy's voice, and I was trying to make a point that I may have made and may have not made. I don't know. Editing me will figure it out. Anyways, thanks everybody for sticking around and making it to the end of the video. I appreciate it very much, and for not making fun of my farmer's tan, I appreciate that as well. If you like what I did here, consider hitting the subscribe button below. I play guitar in a band and sing for 2 others, and I do kind of some one-man band kind of covers here on this channel and some other musical things depending on what I like to do. I also like to do live stream karaokeing and stuff like that. It's a fun time. So why don't you just hit the subscribe button and then you can hang out forever. All right. That's it. Yeah.